the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV has finally arrived in Canada. In every other market on the globe where it is offered, it is an absolute hit. It is the only crossover that combines electric all-wheel drive with an electric range. And it's all available at an affordable price. Will it be a hit in Canada as well? I think so. But does that mean I like it? You're about to find out. $42,998 gets you a base Outlander PHEV. It includes heated seats, 7-inch screen, I'll show it to you in a few moments, Bluetooth, satellite radio, and these 18-inch wheels. You might guess that because I'm test driving it and it's on the fleet Mitsubishi. This is a GT, fully loaded, $49,998. Same wheels. In fact, physically the only difference, chrome bezel LED fogs. Otherwise they all look pretty much the same. This quartz brown color, which is very nice, is available on every trim. Styling wise, yeah, you like it or you don't, suppose, kinda. The one thing I do like about the PHEV is that it's a monochromatic paint scheme, so it's the same color top to bottom minus where the chrome is. It kind of classes it up over the V6, so you got to give it a point for that. What makes the Outlander PHEV a good family vehicle? Let's get right down to it. Now, included in the price, obviously, is a slowish, difficult, what can I tell you, power hatch, which opens up to a very decent trunk, 860 liters worth, good width, good opening, little spots to throw in stuff on each side. Well, kinda. You can actually see that there was a third row back here because Mitsubishi decided to leave the cup holders in a little bin there. Kind of funny. So yeah, this is a 5-seater. You have bins, and below the bins, batteries. Compared to the V6, that's a 3-row, 7-passenger vehicle. But let's get inside. Take your time there. Oh, I'm so difficult. So back here, yeah, roomy 2nd row, which is lovely. Check this out. That's an unbelievable amount of knee room, and that's my usual driving position as per. With the seat back reclined, I'm actually lounging and chillaxing. This is very nice. Look at those calves. What? And the only thing I might say is that it's kind of unfortunate. There's nothing going on back here, even for $50,000. And so yeah, it's a 110-volt plug. There's no USB. But there is room. Baby seat is comfortable, plenty of room. And if you needed to fit a 3rd person aboard, very easy. Elbow room is good. Headroom is Steelers. And yeah, it does exactly what it needs to do, right? Which is carry people. Up front, quite nice actually, I have to admit. As part of the touring package, on top of the base model, you get some fancy leather, and in the GT you get a power passenger seat, among other things. The fit and finish is okay. That's a little bit unfortunate, to be honest. It's only auto down and up on the driver's side. Again, weird for a $50,000 car, but I'll survive. Oh, as part of the GT package, and it's really what makes the difference, is the lane departure warning, collision mitigation, and all of that. Otherwise, everything you see is pretty much available in all trims, including the shifter. I don't know. It works, it's fine. It's weird that the park button is behind, you got to reach around. But if you want to be really lazy and not hit the park button, you can always just shut off the car once you're fully stopped, and it goes to park automatically. And I'm going to start her up. So the shifter works kind of like in a Leaf, for example. So to the left and down for drive. And if you want the battery or brake regen, you have to pull it back once. So essentially, if you go into park, you can't go right into B. You gotta go into D and then into B. Annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, so here are some of those many drive mode features. In fact, there's the charge there, battery save, 4-wheel drive lock, which is unique to this vehicle, and EV mode. Also, one of the features, heated steering wheel, and that makes me happy. This is, like I said, a GT, so fully loaded. You got the Sirius satellite radio. The menus work fairly well, fairly intuitive. There's no nav unless I'm in complete cocaine and crack, and it's not good. That doesn't look like nav to me. $50,000. There's the other drive mode, Eco, right there. The gauges are fine. You have your power gauge. The menus are fairly straightforward, nothing extraordinary. I mean, that's about it, right? Well, that typical Rockford Fosgate you'll find in the Mitsubishi. So it's good sound. But everything I've showed you now are mostly the highlights of this vehicle. It's what happens when you drive this car that things kind of fall apart for me. So be patient, hang on, and here we go. I've not been very kind to any plug-in hybrid vehicle I've driven in the last few years, and the reason is simple. I think it's kind of dumb to carry around 500 to 700 pounds worth of batteries for only 30 to 40 kilometers of electric range, on top of having a gasoline engine that is connected to some drive wheels, where you may end up driving only with the gasoline engine because the batteries are completely depleted. And you have to pay extra for that. That doesn't make sense. If you want electric, go electric. You can get decent ranges out of a number of these electric cars. You can even get a range extended electric car like a Volt or a BMW i3. I mean, if you're gonna plug it in to make it worth your while, worth your time. But having ranted and said all of that, the Outlander plug-in hybrid is unique and special because it does a little bit of all of that. Yes, the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine up front, which is connected to the front wheels, can serve or be served by the hybrid technology or powertrain here. And so, okay, you can use this as a parallel hybrid system where the gasoline engine is running, being assisted by the electric motors feeding off the battery. You can also run this as a range extended electric vehicle where the gasoline engine is recharging the batteries while you're running in electric mode. That's unique to this vehicle, which is very cool. You can also, this is the only, at the moment, wow, okay, this is the only hybrid electric vehicle that has a mode where you can actually lock both front and rear electric axles. So you can take off in all-wheel drive 100% electric. There are other hybrids that are all-wheel drive. However, you cannot drive 100% electric. Am I making any sense? With all-wheel drive, with all 4 wheels working for you. Okay. So, having said that, what I'm trying to say is that the Outlander PHEV is unique and special and does exactly what it's supposed to do. But for a person who enjoys driving, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I will essentially explain to you that to drive the Outlander PHEV is to have the impression that the 4 tires are underinflated at all times. The suspension is completely sorted backwards. It rides smoothly on a smooth surface as any other vehicle would, but the moment things kind of get, you know, less than perfect, which is the case in the greater Montreal area, the steering feels weird. The front axle is bouncing, the rear one is squatting. It's so unpleasant. Steering has 0 feedback. But again, this is me speaking, a person that enjoys driving. If you don't enjoy driving and your ultimate goal and your daily usage of this vehicle involves 30 to 40 kilometers every day, and you do get the opportunity to plug it in, this thing is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant because it delivers on absolutely every point. What happened to me this week is that I've made the effort to drive like that. And making an effort to drive like that bothers me. Especially when I look at the price of this car, right? I also happen to have an e-Golf at the same time as this vehicle. They are completely different and yet very, very similar. And there are no compromises involved. There is no effort required to drive that car. If the goal is to drive in pure electric mode, if the goal is zero emissions, right? With 200 kilometers of range, the e-Golf will take me where I need to go. No, it doesn't have all-wheel drive. No, it's not as spacious as this. In fact, it's not even close to being as well equipped as this. But it is a lot cheaper than this. You know, like $8,000, give or take. Oh yeah. I don't know how to conclude this, right? I'm about to get on the highway. I still have about 26 kilometers of range. Before doing this video, the battery was completely full, or just about. I had 41 kilometers indicated as far as range. This is not my first take of the video. So it's doing what it needs to do. This is where it gets unpleasant. I'm trying to get it up to 70 kilometers an hour. Gasoline engine kicks in. It is, not that it's struggling, but it is working hard to build up the speed. You can't blame the poor little thing. It's slugging around the 650 some odd pounds of batteries behind it, and it only produces 117 horsepower. What do you expect? This is what happens when you run out of battery or you want to take it on the road. Again, upsides, downsides to the Outlander PHEV. You can set it in battery save mode, so it'll be only the gasoline engine working on the highway because you're headed into town and you want to have access to some charge. That is brilliant. But the 2-liter, the 2-liter, you can also drive 100% electric while you're in the city, or up to 120 kilometers an hour as long as you have range on the highway. It's a very complex vehicle, but very simple at the same time. All of this, right, works. Things will change for 2019. A 2-liter is out, 2.4 liter goes in. That should improve the overall driving experience and performance a lot. I don't know if it'll do anything about the actual road handling. I doubt it'll do anything. So, and the range is not expected to be increased. I think the electric motor may develop a little bit more power, but it's not going to be a tremendous amount. I really, really want to like and tell you that this is a great purchase. It is a good purchase. It is the only one of its kind at the moment, so it doesn't have any direct rivals. But once you get down to the bottom line and you drive it as I'm doing, I'm only doing like, what, 105 on the highway, right? If you drive that way, you run out of battery power and you go through the gas tank, you will average over 9 liters per 100 kilometers. That's your average overall. A RAV4 will do under 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. It's cheaper, might not be quite as spacious, not quite as equipped, but you're going to consume less. If the idea is to consume less fuel, I don't know. So now that I'm getting off the highway, I can tell you that you can put it the lever in drive, or you can put it in B, which is a must in my opinion. And you can toggle through the massive paddles, which I absolutely love, and set the amount of brake regen you want. I have it in B5 always. The only annoying thing with all these settings is that every time you come to a stop and then you get back in after you've gone to Tim Hortons to get a coffee, or whatever, you have to start all over again. So, right, so you got to go back into D, and then put it into B, and then you start off in B3, and you're going to go into B5. You have to press on the eco button again, and then go. I think there should be some kind of memory retainment, or some kind of way to start off in the exact same mode that you were in before you turned it off. It would make sense, right? Because given the area where you stopped, you're going to want to set it up in the same drive modes from where you pick up, Oi. Again, I'm going to try and conclude. This thing is very good in the sense that you will get a lot of options, electric drive wise. However, okay, Mr. Tesla, thank you. However, the compromise is a drive that is less than ideal. It is a fairly short range. It is poor fuel economy once you run out of range because the 2-liter is working so hard. Should you get one, if you can keep it within the 35-ish kilometers, yes, get it. It's brilliant. Otherwise, possibly look elsewhere.